Hello and welcome to ADHD Mums. In this podcast, we tackle the tough, often unspoken realities of motherhood, neurodiversity, and mental health. He gets home and he says, "How was your day?" I say, "Today was just a hard day." And he goes, "Oh no, what happened?" Like, what do I say? I didn't send the book? That doesn't sound like a hard day. So I pause and I eventually say, "I just had one book to send and I couldn't even get that done." And he's like, "Well, that doesn't sound like it would take long. Why don't you just send it now?" As if it's easy and simple, and he can't understand how I haven't managed to do that. And that lands wrong because that's not the point. And I can feel it already, the shift. I feel like I have to justify it or explain it properly or make it make sense. And I also can't be bothered. So I get snappy and I say, "I'll just start dinner." I'm in the kitchen trying to start, but before I even do anything, I hear, Mom, I found a weird bug. Can you come look at it?" And I say to him, "Can you go look at the bug?" But as I turn around, he's already gone to the toilet for a 20-minute poo. So I go, look at the bug, and come back and try again. And I feel it, the same feeling, like I haven't started and I'm already frustrated. So when he comes out, I say, "I really need to have a shower by myself before dinner." And I go in and shut the door. I turn the water on, the dog comes in, then one of the kids. Mom, why haven't you added my friend on Messenger?" And I'm just there in the shower, wet, answering questions, thinking, also trying to relax. So I get out because the moment's gone and there's no towel. Because, of course, one of my kids has used it. So now I'm walking around naked and wet, trying to find a towel. And I could feel it building again, the pressure. Nothing landing, nothing finishing. Simple tasks I cannot do. I get dressed, I go back to the kitchen. I try to start dinner. He is outside playing with one of the kids, but the other two are inside asking me questions, talking over each other, needing things. And I'm answering and moving and trying to keep it all going, and they're both talking at the same time. One is asking me about dinner and letting me know all of the things that they don't eat, which is a long list. And the other one is still talking about the bug. What type of bug is it? Do you think it's this? Do you think it's that? Where's your phone? I want to look the bug up. I wonder what the bug is like. Do you think it's poisonous? Oh my God, what if it bit me? I can't hear either of them properly. And I say, "I just need you to stop for a second." But as soon as it comes out, it was sharper than I meant it. And they both go quiet. And then I feel immediately awful. I feel the drop in my stomach, like I've done something wrong. And that's when the thoughts start coming in. I don't know if I can do another 2 weeks of this. And it doesn't stop because I've made it bigger. It's not just about school holidays now. It turns into, how do other people do this? Like, genuinely. How do other mums just do this and get through the day and make dinner and answer questions and keep it moving without feeling like this? Because I'm on day one and this feels hard, way harder than it should. Then I start scanning. What am I doing wrong? Why does it feel so much harder for me? Why can't I handle this? And it shifts from how do other people do this? And maybe I should interview someone on the podcast about how they do it, into what am I missing? What am I not doing right? What is it about me that inherently is making this harder than it should? Am I ungrateful? Why can't I feel joy? Am I depressed? And that's where it sticks because it's no longer about today anymore. It's about me. Maybe I'm not coping like other mums. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. And the worst part is that nothing in the day, if I said it out loud, sounds that bad. Look at the bug, make dinner, have a shower, answer questions, make lunch, play handball, over and over, argue about what movie to watch, eventually watch one. That's normal. That's every day, isn't it? So this feeling must be me because other people are posting on social media how much they love the school holidays. Other people are using words like relaxing, grateful, joyous. And this gap where you feel exhausted but nothing actually getting completed gets filled by your brain. And your brain has to find a reason for why that didn't happen. And a lot of the time, our brain will fill that gap with, it's me. It's my fault. There's something wrong with me. Not because it's true necessarily, but because there's nothing else really clear enough to hold it. And this is how it turns from, that day was really frustrating, into, I'm not coping, there's something wrong with me. And this is where it starts to matter. Because if you keep reading that feeling as something about you, it doesn't stay in moments like this. It shapes the way that you enter into the next day. You start smaller, expect less of yourself, say no to the barbecue or to the beach, assume you can't do it, you'll be too stressed out, you pull back earlier because you've decided that you're the kind of person who can't. So you've moved the pressure from the environment, what's happening around you, to this is who I am. So every day like this is going to feel hard because I am a shit fight and I struggle to get things done. And so a day like this doesn't just feel hard in the moment, it becomes proof. And that builds quietly across all the days. It must be me. And so your brain locks that in. Not the interruptions, not the patience with your children, not the fact that if you have a partner, they would never attempt to achieve anything in these conditions. It must be you. Except that is not what this is. Because if you were to take where I am now, with dinner half started, questions coming, the book's still there, not sent, not done, it looks like I haven't followed through, like I can't handle it. But that's not what this is. This is a day where nothing held together long enough to become one thing, when everything kept restarting before it could close and nothing got to finish. Of course, it looks like nothing happened. And of course, it feels like me. But those are not the same things. This isn't me not coping. This is what constant restarting feels like from the inside. And those are two very different identities to carry. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you next time. Quick announcement. Did you know that we have an ADHD Mums shop filled with resources designed just for you? These resources are packed with answers to the most frequently asked questions I get sent in via email. Everything from understanding ADHD and autism to practical tips for daily life. There's also a free assessment tool. If you're wondering about ADHD or autism for yourself or your little one, don't forget to check out the free assessment tool under free resources section on my website, adhdmums.com.au.